Hello everyone, my name is Omobolade Badiwa. Most people call me Mo. Welcome to HR Bands by Mo. The topic for this new series is being of influence in whatever organization you find yourself. I'm going to start by casting you back to when I finished my NYSC. I think that's about some weeks or maybe a week after I finished my NYSC, and I was banting with my friends on how to we were trying to develop our resumes, and the first thing that came to our mind then was, we wanted to write a very catchy summary for our resume. The summary that you put on top of your CVs and resumes, where before you write the skills and your experience. Yes, that summary is what I'm talking about. And for me, what came to mind at that time was leading from wherever I find myself. And for me, that was something I felt like that would catch every recruiter's attention at the time. And you know what? Till today, that punchline is something that I feel like I always imbibe in whatever organization I find myself, be it even the work setting, be it within maybe in church or whatever. I always ensure that I'm of impact, that I'm noticed. So the first point we're going to talk about now is identifying what you're good at. In HR, we call it the competitive edge. That is that thing, that part of your work activity, of the work process of your team, of your unit, that if they are going to call somebody, they are going to call at least the first two people, your name would feature. What is that thing? If you haven't identified it, I would want you to go back and identify those areas that you are good at. Identify those areas. You now need to check if they are going to drop a scale of those that are very good and very knowledgeable and those that are experts in that activity. Would your name feature as top? Would your name feature as number one? If the answer is no, then you now need to, this is where the homework starts, because you now need to go back and look for how you will sharpen yourself. Now, the thing about it is that you might even be better than the person that is number one, but it might just be that it might not be visible to the eyes. So you now need to make yourself visible. Make people know. Let people, at every given opportunity you have, let people know that you are good at this thing. So that if they are going to, even when you are not there, if they are going to call somebody, if they are going to pick somebody for that activity, you will be number one. You'll be the first person they will reach out to. Once your organization is able to identify you with a certain process or identify you with a certain activity, that is how you're building your influence. Because you might just be maybe the leader of your team, or maybe the leader of your organization that asks that, who can we reach out to? Once your name features in that conversation, they automatically start to take note of you. They automatically start to even in a situation, because especially if you work in a very large organization where you guys are in the number of thousands, once they can identify you with a thing, people that have not even been taking note of you will start to take note of you. Any small thing even if you pass, any small thing you do, they start to take note of you. For me, and from experience, that's the number one area where you can start to build your influence in whatever organization you find yourself.